Hello there, this is Short Time Movies. Today is a story of a family trying to survive in the middle of an apocalyptic event that prevents everyone from sleeping. The 2021 drama suspense film, Awake. Please like and share the video and subscribe to this channel. Spoilers alert. Jill was an ex-medical nurse, now working as a guard in a medical facility. She stole some expired drugs and sold it to a drug dealer to be able to meet her family's needs. Jill has a young daughter named Matilda, and a teenage son named Noah. Both were living with their grandmother Doris, who's an active member of their church. She picked up her children and drove the car. On their way the event happened, and Matilda noticed something about the son, but she didn't mind it. Suddenly, their radio and their engine car stopped functioning, making them almost hit the incoming police car. They avoid the car, but another car hits them from their side, causing their car to roll down the lake and sank. They all manage to get out of the sinking car, and the two cops manage to rescue the unconscious Matilda. Matilda wakes up, and the two cops told them that all powers were lost, and not even an ambulance could come to them. The three just went to the hospital, but the hospital was in chaos, forcing Jill to take good care of her own injury. Every comatose patient on that hospital were all finally awake. The three went back to Doris' house. It's nighttime already and everyone can't fall asleep. Jill looked outside and noticed that everyone were still awake and can't fall asleep, including Doris, Noah, and her. She went to Matilda's room and saw Matilda already asleep. Noah and Jill saw that there's falling satellites in the sky. Jill went outside to get some pills on the facility she's working. On her way people were on the street partying and also unable to sleep. He saw the drug dealer asking for more pills since the price of it were already double because of the event. Jill reached the facility and looks for some pills and stayed there until the morning. A soldier saw Jill in the room with a bag of pills and point his gun on her. There she said that she's an ex-military. She was saved by her former officer Dr. Murphy, and asked her to work with her on the hub, where they were researching about the phenomena. Jill refused to come with Dr. Murphy. She asks the soldier if it's an EMP attack that happens yesterday. The soldier said that it's happening everywhere around the world. Jill's friend Brian enters the room assisting Dr. Murphy. The doctor asked her to work with her on the hub, where they were researching about the phenomena. Jill refused to come with Dr. Murphy. Brian and Jill were left in the room. Brian explains her that what's happening were not just the power shortage but the people in the entire world were unable to sleep, giving everyone lose their critical thinking and die in the next few days. Brian further explained that the effects of it were accelerated, giving them just few days before everyone dies because of sleep deprivation. Brian said that there's a single woman who were able to sleep and they put them on the hub to research on her why she was still able to sleep. Jill told Brian that her daughter were also able to sleep. Brian told Jill to check on her daughter because everyone was either awake or dead. Jill rushed back home but couldn't find Matilda. Noah told her that Doris brought Matilda to their church. The two grabbed a bag of necessities and went to Matilda, but Brian came to their house and told Jill that her daughter could be the key to save everyone. Brian told Jill to bring Matilda to the lab, but Jill refused. On their way to the church the people on the street were going crazy because of the sleep deprivation. At the church the pastor suggests everyone to sacrifice Matilda for their salvation. Jill, Noah, and Brian arrived the church trying to get Matilda, but the people at the church refuse. Brian tries to explain everything but he got shot on the head by the cop. Everyone panicked and Matilda ran away. Doris followed her, and lured the people at the basement. She gave Jill a sign that Matilda were upstairs. Jill went upstairs to get Matilda. The three managed to run away and reach the nearby car shop. Noah insists on teaching Matilda to survive for he knows that when they're gone, Matilda will also die because of the lack of experience of the outside world. Jill managed to get a non-electronic car running. On their way, they saw a crushed car. Jill went out and took the gun and the badge of a dying man. The next morning, they passed by a group of naked people in the middle of the road. They stop by the library, and get some book about mapping. Inside the library, Jill teaches Matilda how to handle a gun, but Matilda was so scared of firing a gun, so she just went back outside to the car. While Jill and Noah were looking at the map inside the library, Matilda were sleeping inside the car. The inmates in the prison nearby broke out free. One of them directly went to the car. Jill looked outside and saw the prisoners getting loose. They rushed back to the car, but the car already left them behind. One of the prisoners took the car, not knowing that Matilda were sleeping inside. Jill and Noah were caught in the middle of freed prisoners. The car returns with the prisoner named Dodge driving it, and the two went into the car. Dodge driving the car, and they stopped at the road where there's a wreckage of a fallen aircraft. Jill teaches Matilda how to get fuels from fuel tanks. Dodge changes clothes, and Noah told him that they are looking for the cure. Dodge realized that and went along with Jill, Noah, and Matilda. It's nighttime. Jill teaches Matilda how to drive the car. In the middle of the road, they were attacked by the group of people trying to break in through their car, but they managed to escape at the end. They reach the location near the hub, and Dodge leave with the car. Jill left Noah and Matilda and went to the hub alone. Jill reached the hub and saw the military guarding the hub were just injecting each other a serum to keep each one of them on track. Jill manages to enter the hub and disguise herself as one of the staffs. She then talked to the one sleeper on the hub, and told her that she will get her out of the hub so that her daughter Matilda has someone with her to teach her how to survive, when everyone else has died. The sleeper refused and said that she's crazier than the other. Dr. Murphy entered the room and asked Jill why is she there. Jill said that she's here to help. Outside the hub, Dodge, Noah, and Matilda were get caught by the soldiers. Jill saw it and she comes to the rescue, but a soldier grabbed her. Out of despair, Matilda told the soldiers that she were still able to sleep. Morning comes and Matilda were already inside the lab and saw a chimp that were being experimented on the brain. They began to test Matilda. Matilda inhaled the sleeping gas and she went to sleep, while Jill and Noah were tied up inside a room. Dr. Murphy asks Jill some information about Matilda, if she got some surgeries before. In the other room, Dodge were hired by the staffs knowing that he's an electrician before. At the laboratory, the old sleeper just died, and the doctors couldn't revive her. While Jill is getting delirious and hallucinating, and a soldier took Noah to bring to the lab. Outside, a soldier got confused on something on the ground and thought it was a grenade. The soldier starts firing thinking that the hub is being attacked. All soldiers lose their minds and starts firing on each other. Dr. Murphy and Dr. Katz prepared Matilda for experiment. The hub gets into chaos. A soldier went to Jill and fire some bullets on Jill, then eventually killing herself with her own gun. Jill manages to break free of herself and starts looking for her kids. At the lab, Dr. Katz injects a serum to Dr. Murphy, but he forgot to take off the air inside the needle before injected to Dr. Murphy, causing her to die. Dr. Katz just let Jill and Matilda go. Outside the lab, the whole place is still in chaos. Matilda saw Noah touching a live wire, making him lose his consciousness. Matilda runs back to the lab and took the defibrillator to revive Noah, but Jill misused it, knocking off Matilda. Morning comes and the firing has already ended, but every soldier and staffs were dead. Matilda wakes up and noticed that Noah is still alive and just sleeping. Matilda wakes Noah up and Noah said that he's got a dream. The last surviving security arrives, point a gun at them, but retreated back at the end. Noah and Matilda put Jill in a car. Inside the hub, Matilda picked up a badge and thought about how she and Noah managed to sleep. Matilda figures out that Noah had died and he's just brought to life by the defibrillator. Same thing happens to her on the car accident. She drowned and the cops manage to revive her using CPR. The two figure out that they can sleep because they died and revive again after the phenomenon happens, making them the only person to be able to fall asleep. They brought their mother to a nearby lake and drowned her. They pull Jill out of the lake and tries to revive her. Suddenly Jill wakes up with and breathe. The end. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.